Hello and welcome to another video. Last one was all about the mile. This one is all about ultra running. Now it's been a funny couple of weeks since the Bannister miles because I had a little spell at the doctor's and some ECGs and then up at the A&E for some checks. And I now know that I have atrial flutter, which is something you can Google if you want to know more about it, but it doesn't prohibit exercise. So with that in mind, at the weekend I took myself up to the lakes and took part in the Keswick Mountain Festival 50k. Little bit apprehensive, not really knowing how I would perform or whether I have to pull out, but as this summary shows, it was a great day out, and I hope this video just gives you a little taster of the experience. I'll let it roll as it happened on the day, and I'll give a summary at the very end. Travelling up on the Saturday before the Mountain Festival tomorrow on Sunday on the A66, one of my favourite roads, crossing the Pennines. Been a bit misty on the way up, but the weather tomorrow is going to be one of those rare days in the lakes with clear blue skies, 22 degrees, beautiful, but hot for running. I'll take that. I'll take the views over the heat. Oh my god, Keswick is so busy, but found a parking space, £24.40 for 2 days, so we won't be moving that car.
I'm still in cycle, I'm just still right there.
It's 5:10 on Sunday the 19th of May 2024. Just walking down to the start of the Keswick Mountain Festival. Did this one last year, loved it so much, so I want to do it again. Original plan was to not take so many photographs this time, and also I knew the places where I could make up some ground and therefore try and beat last year's time. Now with the ticker playing up a little bit, I just want to enjoy the lakes and mountains and get round. So breakfast up, 5:15, starts at 6 AM, looking forward to it. The weather this year, remarkably for the lakes, is identical to last year. It's forecast clear blue skies for the whole time we're out there, and starting off morning temperature, t-shirt, 5:30 in the morning, about 15 degrees, and then it should hit about 22 by lunchtime. So hydration is going to be crucial today. Loads of electrolyte tablets chucked in my bladder, overdose, should be good. Take my first opportunity for a walk, I think. 2.5 miles in, first big climb out of the way. Feeling okay at the moment, taking it really easy, using the poles all the time. But this is very early doors, so we'll see as it progresses. 5.5 miles in now. Got a nice flat bit by the river. Not very runnable because it's all lumpy rocky, but forcing me to take a little video footage, calm myself and slow myself down. All feeling good at the moment. Still early days though. Still early days. Look at that beautiful view. Look. Beautiful weather as well. Through the first checkpoint, 8 miles, roughly 4 miles an hour, which is absolutely fine at the moment. That'll get me through the checkpoints and get me through the event hopefully. So far so good. Loving it. Still such a beautiful day. Look at that all around us. Blue sky. Doesn't look blue in the video for some reason. It is, trust me. You see the blue sky better. .64 miles now. Flip the cap round so it shades my neck. Look at those views. I know the sky looks white in this camera, but it's a beautiful, beautiful deep blue. A couple of little cirrus clouds. None of those funny zigzaggy clouds we get down in Essex. Absolutely beautiful day. And what a day to be out in the lakes. Well, behind me there, that's the first cut-off, which would have been 9:45. Got through in 8:45, so an hour. So plenty of time to get to the next one. So even at this pace, should be easily allowed to do the whole thing. Got a monstrous climb ahead of us, and then an incredible descent. So lots of fun to be had. Somehow we came down that. Gosh. And now we got a relatively flattish section around the lake. Oh, I'm loving it. 16 miles in now. 4 hours and something. Getting a bit warmer now, to say the least. Tiniest hints of, dare I say, cramp creeping in, but chucked a load more electrolytes in, a few more salt tablets. Hopefully, please God, they'll stay at bay. Now this section's supposed to be runnable because it's flat and round the lake, but it's all boulders and hills, gentle hills, up and down, so you can't really run. I remember this from last year, they seem to go on and on and on to the next checkpoint, which is another 4 miles time. Loads of nosh to be had there. That's a big checkpoint. Cut off for that would be 6 hours, but it's 4 hours and 12 minutes now, so I should get there in good time. So far so good. Report later on, maybe at the 20-mile mark. Great news. Through the 19-mile last cut-off checkpoint. Cut-off was 12 o'clock midday. It's only 11 o'clock, so another hour to play with. Happy days. Really warm now. There's a dog, looks like he's been in the lake. Yeah, well, now the work begins, doesn't it, in any ultra. The last third and the biggest climb. I remember this well from last year. So I've got my poles this time though, so it'll be all right. Look at that beast. You see the runners, walkers, tracing themselves up there. Oh my God, from last year. Still, I've got my poles. 24.3 miles in now. I think I've been walking now for about 2 miles because it's climb. And although there's runnable sections, the path itself, you can see, where my feet are, is only about 9 inches wide, and I'm being very doddery at the moment. So one slight doddery step and you end up tumbling down one of those, which I would not be pleased to do. I don't think anybody would be. So playing it safe, and once we get to the top of this climb and these narrow paths, I think the last 6 miles is very, very runnable to Keswick. So that's probably where I'll pick up a bit of time. On schedule for about 8.5 hours, which I'll take that, all things considered. Yeah, and it is very, 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 very warm. I keep running out of water, but thankfully just before the next fueling station each time. Whew. 26.45 miles. I'll make that a marathon. All the big climbs done and dusted. All the funny narrow paths that you can't run on done and dusted. Now just pretty much wide paths and gravelly tracks and things, largely downhill all the way to Keswick. Just got to make sure I don't fall over again in the woods with 2 miles to go, and all will be well. Cramps, however, have started, and funnily enough, cramp attack at exactly the same place as last year when I jumped a bog and landed on the other side and then set the old quads off. But Isabel, my daughter, sent me, hold on, this isn't very technical. This, look, cramp stop, there you are. It's a spray. You pop it like this. Tastes horrible, really horrible. I mean, disgustingly horrible. And but anyway, it does stop cramp because it's like a miracle, and may hold it off for the rest of the run, hopefully. So thanks, Isabel, much appreciated.
One. He's got his lucky hat on as well, absolutely. And let's give him a warm welcome. Well done to Stephen Reid. Congratulations, Stephen.
So there we go, another ultra banked, and I must say I'm extraordinarily happy because I didn't know going into this whether I would be able to actually complete the event or whether I might have some funny turns, but all I would say is the ticker felt more normal during that actual 8.5 hours out in the lakes and mountains than it does in just general day-to-day life at the moment. So that's really good news because it means that I can keep myself fit and ticking over until I get this properly sorted out, and therefore maintain a good level of aerobic fitness. Now, did it teach me something about preparation for Dragon's Back? Yes, it did, because I paced myself a lot better on this one because I had no aspirations for times. I just wanted to make sure that I felt pretty good and comfortable and enjoyed it all the way around. Now, in the last 4 miles, I did push it along a little bit because it was easier running terrain, and therefore probably felt a bit more exhausted the next day and achy calves and quads than I would have if I just walked the last 3 miles, which I guess when we're doing Dragons, we've got to pace ourselves for the 6 days, and we may as well be walking large chunks if we're comfortably inside checkpoint cutoffs rather than making up time unnecessarily, because it's all about completing the event rather than trying to be competitive as far as myself and my daughter are concerned. So thanks for watching. I hope it gave you a little bit of insight into the Keswick Mountain Festival route, and if you fancy doing it next year, it's an annual event and they open the entries up pretty early. And as always, thanks for watching and stay healthy.